Hey beautiful people, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm here with another college related video. In today's video I'm going to be giving you my best tips on how to write the perfect college app essay and supplement. And I'm also going to be sharing with you the essay and supplement that got me admitted to NYU as part of the class of 2023. If you're not yet subscribed, make sure to press the subscribe button that is in one of these corners somewhere. I still haven't figured it out, to be notified every time a new video goes up. And I'm going to have lots more college and lifestyle stuff coming onto my channel, so don't miss out. Press the subscribe button and you'll be very happy that you did. It is summer. We are in prime college application season, and if you have not yet started working on your applications, this is your sign from the universe that you need to start thinking about those applications, getting some ideas down on paper, and actively writing those essays. Now, I personally love writing, so expressing myself and sharing part of my personality with an admissions officer was something that I didn't find extremely difficult. But I know that it can be so challenging to make yourself stand out in 650 words or less, which is why before I read my own essays, I'm going to give you some advice on how to write the perfect college application essay. My first tip is, obviously, your essay needs to stand out. Your application is one of thousands that is being submitted to the same university or college, and maybe even for the same major. So you need to make your application different from the thousands of others that are competing for the same place. And how do you do that? You need to share a part of you that no one knows. Or you need to share an experience that maybe someone else has been through but transformed you in a way that is completely unique. So maybe you won't be the only person writing about your parents' divorce or the science fair project for which you won a medal, or whatever it may be, but what needs to be unique is your take on it. My second tip, and this is directly related to the first tip that I gave you, is that your college app essay needs to fit with your brand. And this is something that I talked about in my How I Got Into NYU video. But your brand is essentially going to be how you present yourself, how you pitch yourself to those college admissions officers. So as an applicant, you have to think about what your unique selling point is. Maybe it's your academic strength, or your creative talent, the way that you serve your community, or your background, or whatever it may be. Just make sure that it makes you stand out and that is reflected in all of your application. That includes your references, your college essay, and your supplement. So I had several things that were part of my brand as an applicant. One of those things was my background, because I was born in Argentina, but I lived abroad my entire life. So as a person, I'm very much an international thinker, citizen of the world thing, forming part of a diverse community. Another part was growing up in a privileged environment, but recognizing the many needs that exist in my community, being active in social justice projects, community organizations, etc. So what my application really boiled down to was the fact that I was an international student, the child of Hispanic parents. I've been raised in a completely different environment than my parents had. In my extensive work within local organizations and groups, as well as my academic strength and the way that I view education as a whole. But again, this is going to completely depend on you and what your strengths are, what your passions are, and what your background represents to you. The next advice that I have for your essay is to use a unique perspective or point of view. As you'll be able to tell, part of my essay is written from the point of view of my 8-year-old self and how I viewed certain things in life. Your essay doesn't necessarily have to be from a child's point of view. It can be from your point of view now, but expressed in a completely unique way. It can be told through a flashback. There's so many interesting narrative things that you can do with your essay instead of just telling it in the present day or from first person. So making your perspective and your point of view completely unique to your essay will make it stand out that much more. This leads me to my next word of advice, which is don't tell, show. This essay is so much more than a structured piece of writing, and you need to treat it as such. Yes, it needs to be somewhat academic. It's going to be seen by admissions officers at colleges, but it also needs to be creative, because there's no other way to stand out amongst thousands of applicants. So don't say, when I was 5, this happened to me. Instead, show what happened to you when you were 5. Show the impact that it had on your life, the way that it nurtured your love for a certain subject or skill. So thinking about it as more than an academic piece of writing is going to help you be more creative when you're writing it, when you're thinking about it, and when you're approaching the essay as a whole. You need to have a high level of introspection. What this means is that when you're discussing an event or a concept or something that has had an impact on your life, don't just say, and this had an impact on me. Think about what this event catalyzed, or what catalyzed it, or how a certain concept impacted you as a person and not just as a student. Every time you are describing an event or a concept or whatever the focus of your essay is, connect it back to yourself in a deeply personal way. Because admissions officers at the end of the day are just people. Like all of us, they're driven by rational ideas but also by emotions. So if you can play on the admissions officer's rationality or emotions, your essay will have a greater impact if you just describe an event. Think about your essay as a story. It has a purpose, which in the end is going to be to show a unique side of your personality, which may help you get admitted to a school. It also needs to have quality content. So the way that you choose to write this essay, your choice of words, sentence structure, all of these things are going to play into the quality of your essay in the end. It also needs to have an impact. And before you start writing your essay, think about what you want the impact to be. Do you want to make your admissions officer think? Do you want to make them cry? Do you want to make them feel loved? Do you want them to feel empathy? Think about what impact you want your essay to have on the person reading your admission. And my last tip for your essay, this is probably very evident, but make sure there are no spelling, grammar, or other mistakes. And the way that you do this is by having someone you trust proofread your essay and by editing the heck out of your college essay. And you're gonna have to do at least probably 3 drafts, which is why if you haven't started, please at least start thinking about your essay now. Because I promise you, unless you're a very gifted writer, it will take you a hot second. Now that I've given you all of my words of wisdom on how to write a good college essay, I'm actually going to be sharing with you my own essay. So give me a second while I go get that. Okay, I'm back and I have my essay. The prompt that I chose for my Common App essay was reflect on a time when you questioned or challenged a belief or idea. What prompted your thinking? What was the outcome? My essay was called Christmas Wishes because I submitted it in December and I wanted to play on everyone's love for Christmas. World peace. That's what my father asked for Christmas every year, for as long as I can remember. That's cheating, Dad, I would reply. Accustomed to my mother's simpler requests, perfume, a new purse, or simply for my brother and I to stop fighting, a wish that was only to be granted on Christmas Day. My father's requests were slightly more abstract. World peace wasn't something that I could buy at a department store or wrap in shining gift paper, and it definitely would not fit under the Christmas tree. My dad's unconventional Christmas wish was a source of constant perplexion to my younger self. As an 8-year-old, I could not fathom how my father was able of complicating something as simple as a Christmas gift. Presents were not supposed to be an ordeal, I thought. Christmas was supposed to be about giving. It was simple, but my dad's Christmas wishes were everything but. They left me with more questions than answers, year after year. His wishes made me uncomfortable, which is probably how he, someone of Jewish faith, felt about spending Christmas with my mother's devout Catholic family. But with age, my dad's request for world peace grew to be self-evident. The true meaning behind this once abstract wish became crystal clear. What he had called world peace was something much simpler. It was love and it was awareness. Asking for world peace was my dad's way of bursting a bubble called privilege, something that I had become far too accustomed to. Unlike my parents, I had enjoyed political liberty, economic prosperity, and the knowledge that with enough effort and determination, I could go to an excellent university. I would not live in a world of brutal dictatorships, debt crises, and large unremarkable life prospects. My father's wish for world peace was an indirect reminder of this reality, but it was also a call to action. Making my father's Christmas wish come to fruition would require a healthy dose of a bitter medicine called reality. But I would also need maturity, awareness, and a vision unobstructed by privilege. Last Christmas, I made my best attempt at granting my dad's wish. With enough inspiration and determination to rival any fairy tale godmother, I made the request that had so perplexed me as a child come to reality. World peace took the form of a donation to an organization working to sustainably address the issue of hunger. and a loving letter written by an enlightened daughter, delicately folded inside an envelope. I hope this gift will inspire us all to think less about abundance and more about necessity, I wrote, having truly understood what my father had been hinting at all these years. My gift wasn't something that my father would spray on every morning, wear on the weekends, or relegate to the drawer of unloved Christmas gifts. The contents of that envelope, a sliver of world peace, were destined for better use. Intertwined with the text on the pages was an insurmountable sense of joy. That Christmas, I learned the lesson my father had been attempting to teach me all along. The true gift lay in giving, not receiving. This Christmas, I know what I'll be asking for. It's abstract, difficult to purchase, impossible to wrap, and it will most definitely not fit under the Christmas tree. So that was my college admissions essay. As you can see, it was something that was deeply personal to me. I was sharing not only a childhood anecdote, but also a determining moment in my life as an adolescent, and a lot of the things that had influenced my life, including my privileged upbringing, my family history, and I guess my commitment to better. Another crucial part of your application is going to be that school-specific supplement. I'm going to give you some general advice, but of course the prompt that you have and the criteria for the supplement is going to differ school by school. For NYU, the supplement was about why you think you should go to NYU, so my supplement really had to be tailored to the school, and it had to be specific as to why I wanted to go to that specific school and not to another college. I'm just going to share with you some universal advice that I found is really helpful when you are working on this college supplement. The first piece of advice is very evident, and it's the same as with the college essay. Make sure your grammar, spelling, and structure are perfect. Admissions officers are going to read thousands of essays, and if your essay is badly written, it will make a difference in the worst of ways. So avoid any unpleasant surprises by just proofreading your essay, editing it, and making sure that there are no mistakes that could have been avoided. The tip is to edit multiple times. You need to edit not only to avoid those grammar, spelling, and structure mistakes, as I mentioned, but also to make sure that the tone of your essay and the message that you are trying to convey are effective. In your editing process, don't be afraid to share your supplement essay with a teacher or a friend or a counselor, because sometimes having a fresh pair of eyes read your essay will give you a different perspective on an issue that you may not have thought of, or having another person's opinion might help you develop a specific part of your essay that you hadn't devoted as much attention to. So edit multiple times to make sure that your essay is as good as it can get, and don't be afraid to share it with someone else to make your essay even better. My next advice is, if, like at NYU, your supplement is about why you want to go to that specific school, I want to challenge you to flip that thinking. Before writing my NYU supplement, I had watched a few of their admissions videos, which I highly recommend doing for your specific school so that you're more aware of what they want. And I remember watching a video where an admissions officer was talking about the supplement, and they said, don't only show why you are a good fit for this school, but show why the school is a good fit for you. So instead of thinking about why you should go to that school, think about it the other way. Flip that thinking. Think about why the school is right for you as a student, as a person, as a learner, because actually doing this will help you decide if in fact you're applying to the right school and for the right reasons. It will also show admissions that you've done your research into the school. And my last tip for this supplement is to make it creative and unique and make it cohesive with your brand. Now, as I already explained, brand, your unique selling point, the cohesion in your application is what is going to make your application as a whole really stand out and also differentiate you as an applicant. So if you have a recurring theme in your applications, make sure to also incorporate that in your supplement. So without further ado, I'm going to share with you the supplement that helped me gain admissions to NYU. I have the prompt in front of me. It's a little lengthy, but the prompt was, we would like to know more about your interest in NYU. We are particularly interested in knowing what motivated you to apply to NYU, and more specifically, why you have applied or expressed interest in a particular campus, school, college, program, and or area of study. If you have applied to more than one, please tell us why you're interested in each of these campuses, schools, colleges, or programs to which you have applied. You may be focused or undecided, or simply open to the options within NYU's global network. Regardless, we want to understand why NYU. Before I read my school supplement, I thought contents would actually make more sense if I told you what schools and majors I applied to at NYU. First choice and for the program that I was accepted in, I put the College of Arts and Sciences as my #1 school within NYU and my intended major as politics. And for my second choice, I applied to Steinhardt with a major in applied psychology. I wrote, in response to the prompt, a home for my intellectual curiosity, a place that thrives in diversity and acceptance, a city that can compete with my ambition, the swiftness of my thoughts, and the speed of my footsteps, a university that will challenge me to lead, to serve, but most of all, to consistently learn. That is what NYU represents to me. The College of Arts and Science is a place that encompasses most of my academic interests. Politics is one of the most significant amongst these. Through the insightful courses taught at NYU by renowned academics, I would be able to develop as a student of politics. Studying the politics of international law, inter-American relations, political psychology, or theories of justice would challenge my understanding of the subject and expand my knowledge. Additionally, attending the College of Arts and Science would allow me to pursue some of my other interests in conjunction with politics. Several of these, including international relations, environmental science, and psychology, are complementary to the study of politics, which would allow me to explore the varying dimensions of these subjects. Being able to double major or minor in these subjects while being exposed to other areas of knowledge would allow me to become a well-rounded student and professional. At Steinhardt, I would be able to explore several academic subjects, albeit with a different focus. As a Latina and third culture kid, I have gained unique insight into various aspects of the cultures I have encountered. Understanding the role of women, the differing approaches to learning, and how different cultures address mental illness are some factors that I have come to consider through my experiences. These aspects developed my interest in psychology and its applications, which I would be interested in pursuing at NYU. I know that whether I choose to pursue a career in politics or psychology, the skills and knowledge that I would gain at NYU will be the cornerstone of my future career. In order to become a successful professional and an impactful member in my community, I know that nothing would benefit me more than attending NYU, a place that would challenge me academically, encourage my leadership abilities, and foster my interest in serving others on a larger scale. For my supplement, as you can tell, it was very specific about what major I was interested in, the specific courses that I wanted to take, other subjects within the college that I was interested in, and if your supplement is along the same lines as NYU, or if you are applying to NYU, I highly suggest that you do the same. That was all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you are currently in the college application process, I wish you the best of luck, and I really hope these tips were helpful. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.